In the previous chapter, Petra and Rory narrowly escaped the clutches of Vico, the Dark Lord, with Brownie sacrificing his life to save Petra. As they seek refuge in a safe place, Petra struggles with guilt and despair, believing she deserves to die for her actions. Rory, however, refuses to give up on her, sharing her own journey of self-discovery and redemption. As Petra grapples with her inner turmoil, Rory takes her to a safe haven where they can regroup and plan their next move. But Petra's guilt weighs heavily on her, and she pleads with Rory to end her life, believing she doesn't deserve to live after the sacrifices made by Brownie. Rory's heart aches for Petra, but she refuses to give in to despair. Instead, she shares her own journey of redemption, recounting her decision to leave the LH clan when it turned to darkness. In search of guidance, Rory ventured to a place called Frog's Lair and encountered an enigmatic old monk named Abababa, who possessed great wisdom and knowledge of the past. Petra listens intently as Rory shares stories of her encounters with Abababa and the lessons she learned along the way. Despite her initial doubts, Petra finds herself drawn to Rory's unwavering determination and strength of character. When Rory expresses her commitment to continue the fight against Vico, Petra is hesitant but ultimately agrees. They need allies, training, and most importantly, answers about the mysterious vehicles mentioned by Vico. With newfound resolve, Petra and Rory set out on a journey to Frog's Lair, determined to uncover the truth and prepare for the battles ahead. Meanwhile, Vico, bored with his solitude, summons two sealed warriors from the past, Zuma and Hellfighter. Zuma, once a formidable force in the ancient civilization of Trollgame, had been banished for his flagrant use of a forbidden spell known as Barricade of Oblivion. This spell allowed its user to bypass the limitations of normal barricade building, erecting barriers anywhere with ease and becoming a nuisance to friend and foe alike. Hellfighter, on the other hand, had earned his seal for employing the most forbidden of spells known as Autoblock. This powerful incantation enveloped its caster in an invisible barrier, rendering them impervious to all physical harm. With such formidable abilities at his disposal, Hellfighter had become a force to be reckoned with, feared by all who crossed his path. As Zuma and Hellfighter materialized before him, Vico regarded them with a mixture of amusement and disdain. They were mere pawns in his game, tools to be used and discarded at his whim.
"Why have you summoned us, Dark Lord?"
Zuma asked, his voice tinged with apprehension. Vico's response was simple yet cryptic.
"I was bored,"
he replied casually, a smirk playing at the corners of his lips.
"And I wanted to have some fun."
With a wave of his hand, Vico explained the situation to his newly summoned warriors, tasking them with capturing Petra and Rory. But his instructions were vague, and Zuma and Hellfighter found themselves with more questions than answers.
"Who are these targets you speak of?"
Hellfighter inquired, his brow furrowed in confusion. Vico's response was dismissive.
"You'll find out soon enough. Just bring them to me, dead or alive. I'll give you both 1 month to complete the task. If they're not here exactly after 1 month, you know what will happen."
And with that, Zuma and Hellfighter set out on their mission, each determined to prove their worth to their Dark Lord. Unwilling to work together, they embarked on separate paths, their minds consumed with thoughts of glory and conquest. Meanwhile, Petra and Rory, unaware of the impending threat, continued their journey to Frog's Lair, their fates unknowingly intertwined with those of Zuma and Hellfighter. As the stage was set for a clash of epic proportions, the destiny of Calradia hung in the balance, poised on the brink of chaos and uncertainty.